welcome to Reverse Talk. My name is Raavyasarda and I'm your host, and I hope you must have enjoyed the festive season. I did. I had a wonderful time with my family and friends, and now we are back to work. So today in this podcast episode, we are going to have a conversation with Preethi Bharadwaj. She's a talented actress who brings together various art forms in her performances. She's also a trained Bharatnatyam dancer, and along with her training in Carnatic music, Nattuvangam, martial arts and body conditioning, she's doing a notable job in the field of sustainability and has made her life's mission to work towards the planet for better. So please welcome Preethi Bharadwaj. Hi Preethi, welcome to Reverse Talk, and we are back after the festive season, and you look absolutely fit. What is the secret?
Hello, thanks for having me here today. It's really nice to talk about the topic that we are going to embark on. But before that, let me answer this question. What keeps me fit is actually dancing. I think my body has always been exposed to dancing, and it likes to dance. So that is what generally keeps me fit. And I also enjoy dancing. So that's
Right.
it. That's the secret.
Okay. So, Preeti, as we all know that you are a trained Bharatnatyam dancer, but I wanted to know here that how are you using dance as a tool for sustainability? I mean, can dance and sustainability make a transition to the society?
I think it's a very important question, and a question that I ask myself every day because it is my field of work, which I intend to be a part of for some more years in my life.
Right.
I think the word sustainability can be seen through different lenses. One of the lenses that I also want to see it when it comes to the arts is that how can we make the arts itself sustainable, as a sustainable field of practice for people who want to take it up full time.
Right.
Many people fear taking it full time because of how it's not very financially stable, right? But things are better now, but I feel the word sustainable also can be seen through this lens, and I hope it's gotten better, I must say that, but I hope the idea of being sustainable as a system of arts, financially, etc., also works well. It will. I have hope in it. Now, if you have to shift the lens to with respect to how we consume and put things out when we conceive an idea in a production, for a dance production or any other form of art, I think it's important to see how much we need. When it comes to properties, costumes, lights, etc. See, the grandeur of it cannot ever be taken away. Okay? But then if we can look at, if we have one set of costumes, and if these costumes can be used for something else and not always stitching something new, that is something. Because I think we also need to keep in mind the tailors community, right? We can't take their employment off. So it has to be circular in some sense, but I think we can still, like example, see how we can the kind of fabrics we use for our costumes. Again, if all of us shift to cotton,
right,
I don't know what's going to happen to people who work with this as silk weavers. I don't know. So I think it's very important that we don't completely move away, but generally find a balance.
Right.
I think all of us are struggling with this. It's not there's no one answer to this, but I feel consumption, like I've stopped buying silk. That's my small decision. But if I want to stitch a costume, I'm just going to take a sari that's already in my wardrobe or my mother's wardrobe or somebody's wardrobe, and I'm going to take and I'm going to stitch. I'm not going to buy something new. So this overconsumption for something that you're hardly going to use is something we can look into.
Correct.
And then, I really like how in some parts in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, even other parts I see, they light a lamp for the evening performance, and that is the light for the performance. There's a lot of energy that gets there's a lot of energy that gets saved, by doing this. Right, but of course, this can't always happen, right? In a very big proscenium stage, this is going to be tough. But whenever we can, I think we can see how energy can be. How much energy do we save and use in a performance is something we all can audit, I feel, to see how we want to fare. I think it's just about being conscious and not being erratic. Like, there's some more things we have to say. I think, using cruelty-free makeup, to bring your own water bottles, and if you are arranging dinner or etc. after before show, to hire steel cutlery or reusable cutlery
Reusable ones,
for
yes.
all these things. I think these are small things that will really bring a lot of changes.
Lot of change.
No?
Pretty little change.
And also, yeah,
Pretty little changes, I said.
yeah. Oh, pretty little changes. Okay, good one. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So I think I also want to add when you watch a music performance also, I think you don't need lights. I'm talking about not performances which involve a band and all that. Just a small music performance. If usually there's only one performer, one singer, and then we don't need extraordinary lights. We can save energy, but some shows we can try like that. Where lamps are lit and you're just singing. Again, these things can't be permanent solutions, but we will head there, I think.
Absolutely.
It's important, I think, as artists every day to see how much we're consuming. And when we order food after rehearsal, before rehearsal, we do this, right? We do this. See, again, when I'm talking about these things, it's not like I don't do these things. I do. But I think I get conscious as to, I will wash it, I will take it back home, and I will dispose it accordingly. So you can't just put everything in one bag and throw it in the place where you ate.
Segregation is also.
That is something I don't. Yeah, so that is something I don't like doing. So if we order food, I think we all take our waste back home and figure our ways to dispose it. Than putting it in the dustbin, which is in the rehearsal space or in the auditorium.
It's more about
small things like this.
Yeah.
There's so much more, but I think that's all came to my mind now.
Tell me, in addition to dance, when I was going through your social media page, your story reflects a deep passion for environment, your conscious lifestyle. So have you always been like this? Have you always been responsible towards the waste resource?
Okay, so in my growing years, I've been a brat. Yeah. Always not being mindful about things, just whatever and all that. I think in 2019 is when there was a very conscious choice that I made.
Right.
Because I was attending a workshop which had nothing to do with eco-friendly living and all that, but it was a workshop that was for dancers and actors about emotions. Okay. It was a very cathartic experience, and every day 9 to 5 when you're working on emotions, parallelly this started hitting me that the world I'm living in, how much am I contributing to it, what am I doing being in this world, etc. And I think that's when it slowly began. And I think I also started observing and getting to know that some parts in Kerala, they burn sanitary pads,
right?
And then a lot of these things, and then some of us started talking, and 1 year before this, I think in 2018, I started using the menstrual cup. Yeah. And so 1 year of using the menstrual cup, and then I saw this in 2019, and it really, see, the most important learning from all this is that you don't immediately start lecturing people just because you have included a change in your life. I think people will arrive at some point, but it's important in the way you talk or introduce a new habit that you have inculcated to others. You can't immediately say, no, don't do this, do this. I have learned this. The tone in which we really introduce things is very important. We can't sound condescending. Not like we are perfect, right? So it's important. And there's no we, us, they. I think all of us should be together and see what can be done in this. So things like this, I think from then on, I've been very conscious. When I've been guilty also some days, but it's important to feel guilty, I feel, on some days.
Yeah.
That's when I'm grounded and I understand that, this should not repeat again, etc.
Correct. So this was the point when you realized, you have to bring a change.
Yeah. It was very important for me.
Yeah, but
I don't force it on others.
Correct.
I should, yeah.
But when we are talking about these menstrual cups and all, I think this is the best gift. I always say a woman should give it to herself or to her friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So even there I had a learning that I have some of my friends for whom it's not a very comfortable thing to be used.
Correct.
But they are trying their best and all these things. And there was a time when I used to feel like, why can't everybody use it and all that? But then I feel each one's going to take their time, and we have to slowly help them uh, get into it, the transition of it. But yes, I hope in the next few years or next few decades, menstrual cups take over.
Yes.
It should, I feel. But yeah, I hope women also start feeling comfortable. I hope that's important.
It's important. Correct. Because
Yeah.
many a times, women do not know the proper procedure also. That's also a major issue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Preethi, give me 3 eco-friendly choices you're making to make your lifestyle green.
Yeah. One thing that's been from 2018, like I told, is my menstrual cups. There's not even been an emergency where I had to use a sanitary pad.
Right.
So it's been zero. So I can't even believe. Yeah, I'm really happy that not even one pad I used after March 2018.
Correct.
So that is one thing which has, again, that is a sustainable habit that is sustained for this long, right?
Right.
One is that. The other is I use a bamboo toothbrush, and I have not used a plastic one after that at all. I mean, again, like I'm saying things that over at least more than a year I have continued doing.
Okay.
That is one thing. And what else? I think I have stopped buying things that I actually don't need.
Okay.
I mean, I used to be a hoarder, used to hoard and all that. Things like, okay, one of the things I understood is that, when you want to buy something and you're looking at it, you have to first think, is there place in my house to keep this? Apparently, this is one of the things that helped me actually. So I keep staring at something, but there's no place in my house, so I won't buy. So, things like that. But okay, if I have to again say like a sustained this thing, I think, what else? Yeah, generally when I go somewhere, I ask myself, do I need this, etc. I think that's a practice. That's all.
Correct.
I do buy new things. I'm not being that person. But I see myself thinking, do I need this? Do I need this now? Can this money be spent on something else? Can this money be saved? Yeah, but I don't hurt myself.
I got your point. Okay, and give me few tips which I can use to nourish my day-to-day lifestyle, towards the sustainable living.
Yeah, I think the easiest thing most of us can do is to just segregate wet waste, dry waste on an everyday basis.
Right.
Just to have 2 bins in our house and to put wet waste in one bin and dry waste in one bin. Like, I think this is something we can easily do. Right. We just need 2 dustbins in a house, right? But I think the problem comes where when we segregate it, put it, but it all goes into one bin and becomes.
I was coming to this.
Now that's the next level, but for which we have to develop our community in which we live, so that waste segregation is taken care. But anyway, I think this is something we all can do. We all can try.
Correct. But generally what happens is that when we segregate this waste at our household level also, it gets mixed up, because these people, it's very important to educate them.
So I understand that. So that's very important. Like the community I live in, it's collected in 2 bins and given in 2 different areas. But not all of us live in such communities, right? So it's important to empower the communities we live in so that we can have our own disposal system. I feel this is something we can try. And the other thing I think is, I think when we gift somebody something, we shouldn't be obsessed with gift wrapping it. I don't know. I think it becomes this thing of I need to show off that it's very clean.
Right.
But these days you have different ways to use fabric to wrap.
Right.
I really use bags that are at home. Somebody gives you, and then like these small bags, right? I think if it's in rotation, it will not get disposed.
Correct.
So I think we should not be obsessed with what is inside is important, right? Not how you cover it. Like similar to don't judge the book by its cover. Similar to that.
Absolutely.
It's okay. You can just wrap it in like newspaper and give it. It's okay. Yeah, right?
Correct.
I think these are things that we can try really, really, really we can try.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ground level, we can try these things. Okay.
So
let's come to your dance performance. Me and my trance. Me and my trash. Your dance.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about that, and I would like to actually call it as an environmental dance. So, what message are you giving to people out there?
Okay, so yeah, I don't intend to exactly preach anything to people
Mhm.
through my thing. Whatever comes out of it, and whatever people want to take from it, they can take it. That's
Okay.
it. Because that's generally my intention of creating
Mm.
pieces of art. Me and my trash actually again came from a space of, um, my me trying to live an eco-conscious life was not very far from my dance. I started seeing that come into my dance. Like I said, right? I stopped buying a lot of things. The makeup that I bought 3 years ago, I'm still using, because I mean it's still in good condition. So
Correct.
again, when one finishes only, I'm buying. I'm not hoarding. And when I saw these things happen, I really felt I want to say something about this topic through my dance,
Mm.
because I'm comfortable, and that's one of the best ways to use art, to say something. So me and my trash, in the literal sense, talks about the literal trash that we use, etc. It talks about how we can avoid making some choices, how some of the choices that we make affects marine life. There are different pieces that are composed based on different aspects.
Mm.
Some are verbal, some are non-verbal. Me and my trash, in a very philosophical sense also, I imagine it as, see, we are what waste we generate. I
Correct.
also heard this line somewhere that, you can get to know a person by looking into their dustbin. And I think it was a crime drama, okay, in which they are trying to find out about this person, and they
My
take
God.
out things from the dustbin, and they start to get they get to know this person.
Uh-huh.
It was really inspiring when I saw that, because if you see my house dustbin, you will get to know what all we use, what all we ate that day. So
Yes.
we are what we generate, right? So
Mm.
for me, when I looked at it in a philosophical sense, it's also all that I create as dance choreographies are part of my trash. Now, trash need not be looked at as something you have to discard, let go. Also, I
Mm.
think we ourselves are a form of, we are carbon dust, right? We are dust. We are made of few things. So I feel these things also are part of me and my trash, apart from the literal trash.
Correct.
So yeah, I mean that's an attempt. When I performed it, most of them understood that this is what I'm trying to communicate,
Okay.
fortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, then me and my trash is a production that will keep evolving. It can't just be that,
And how was the
right?
response
So
from the audience?
it was interesting. I think most of them liked the attempt of bringing. And first of all, the name was very intriguing for many people.
Me and mine too.
One of my seniors, somebody, they asked, "Why trash? Why are you calling this trash? How can you call dance trash?"
Mm.
Something like that. But that's when I also understood that trash is seen as that, but we are
Waste, not
generating it.
waste. Yeah.
We have used it. We have consumed it. So I think you should also understand and be aware and conscious that
Yeah.
it is what it is because of your consumption.
Correct.
No, yeah, I'm actually still trying to word it better and better every day, but yeah, and this is where it's coming from. So I don't look at it entirely as a word that I want to keep it away from me. No, it's very much, I feel my trash is hugging me. There's no other way.
Correct, correct. So, as an
Yeah.
environmental explorer, let's talk about your journey towards generating less waste and, importantly, being a responsible person for the waste you generate.
Yeah. What all I do? Is that
Yes,
what you're asking?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. What all
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. So one thing is, I try my best to, buy loose groceries in my own boxes and all that.
Hmm.
But sometimes when that doesn't happen,
Hmm.
what I do is I see to it, I collect all this and I send it to the right place. I send it to especially one place called Recharka in Pune, where they make these bags and all that. I send it to them. So,
Nice.
whatever goes out of my house on an everyday basis should be something that I tried my best to do something and send to a place, but I am unable to, so I'm giving it here. Wet
Hmm.
waste I have to dispose every day on an everyday basis. One of the biggest reasons I am living in this community is the waste management is segregated. Really. If somebody asks me why you're living here, this is the reason. Because the community I was living in before was very tough. I used to segregate and give, and they'll put it like this together. And my heart used to break seeing it because we were so consciously doing it.
Correct.
So yeah, so one is that. I think I am being very, very like the plastic waste, paper waste, everything is like collected and given responsibly at a place. There's also a place in Chennai where I live called India Wasted, where I go and give. I also use it in Bangalore.
Okay.
One is this. The other, I think, is so groceries at home. Only when I need, I want to buy. Like, I don't want to buy a lot. That's something I saw. There were times where I felt so bad where it expiry date and I had to like throw it and all that. Then I was like, we're going to buy only when we need it. I'm not going to buy 10 kgs of rice and keep.
Mm-hmm.
I know, of course, I think rice still makes sense because it's not going to go bad and all that.
Right.
Let's take an example of something else, which you buy it when you want to use it. Like a ketchup bottle. We don't eat ketchup every day.
No.
But I don't want to buy it and put it in my fridge, thinking someday I'll eat it.
Yeah.
So, things like this I started seeing. I'm trying my best. But of course, see, things like rice and all, I understand buying in bulk makes sense than buying small packets. Right. So that is, you have to see what you want in bulk and you have to see what you don't want in bulk. Right. So I think kitchen is one of the places from where you can really start a lot of your everyday things.
Where you generate most of the wet waste.
Yeah, right. So it's so important that these two things. And I think I'm also very conscious about if I can take a public transport, I would like to take. If I can walk from here to there, I would like to walk, etc. So we are still having this debate of should we buy a car or not. I am against it. I'm just like, no, we don't need. Let's not occupy more space on this earth. I'm like that. But again, this is anyway debatable, right? On the other hand, it has its own disadvantages.
Right.
But yeah. So things like this, small things.
When you spoke about Recharkha, just yesterday we had a podcast interview with Amita Deshpande, right? She's the founder of.
They're doing such incredible work.
Yes. Can you imagine? I mean, using a charkha and making a fabric out of plastic. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. No, it's very, very important. And I also buy a lot of secondhand. Most of the things, if we want to buy something at home, we first plan, is it possible to get this second hand? If it's impossible, we will go and buy first hand. But I think second hand has worked marvelously for me. It has helped so much.
Okay. Yeah. Great to know that. And you are an ecological dance artist, I must say. Yeah. Right. Okay. So reuse is a way to prevent waste. But what is what is the impact of reuse in our society? Is reuse the solution we are looking for?
I think it's at least one of the solutions until preventing a product to go into the landfill. Like if there is something that is not working. Okay, you'll try to repair it. Okay, even then it's not working, you'll probably upcycle and make it something else, so that it stays there for a very, 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 very long time on this earth. Like I also feel we should exchange these things as gifts, with people. Like, okay, you made something. Okay, it becomes old. Yeah, clean it up, give it like a new look, like uplift it or something, and then gift it to somebody so that it's still in rotation. Like I also feel with plastic boxes and all, reuse it as much as you want. To just like to put coins or something. Food, okay, I understand. After one point, we should not. So I think reuse works very well if we prevent it from going into the landfill for some more time.
Right.
The rotation is something I imagine. It should be in rotation.
Correct, but
give to somebody else, and then
people will do it, right? Somebody has to take that charge, and
there's taboo also with this. Okay, they're like, oh no, from my house, I have to give new.
Yes.
So I think it'll take time, but it's getting better.
Mindset, yes. Let's talk about things which we normally throw out. There are many things in our day-to-day lifestyle, right? We throw things. Give me 5 things which we can reuse normally, which we throw away.
Yeah. I feel, of course, first are your clothes, your old clothes. You can, based on what clothing it is, you can make it into different things. You can wash it and make it into different things.
Pocha.
Pocha, Yeah, and I recently also read how your old undergarments, you can cut them, wash them, sun dry them, and cut them into small pieces and use them as stuffing for your cushion. And stitch so it becomes like a thick, a cushion.
A cushion.
And then you put a cushion cover. Yeah, the stuffing inside a cushion.
Okay.
And it was very interesting. Like instead of just like, I don't know what to do, you can just try things like this.
Right.
And yeah, right. And of course, another thing is, if something you grow out of, etc., you can any day pass it on to somebody else, right? I think that's like the biggest thing, from slippers to toys to books to, I think if it's in rotation, it's a really great thing. You don't need to give it, you don't need to throw it away like that, right? And so many things I see. So, to be honest, I always observe these public dustbins, what all are there. People are throwing clocks in it.
Yeah.
Okay. When I looked at it, and I was like, wow, it's also saying a lot of philosophical things that, you're throwing time into the dustbin. But then why are you throwing a clock into a dustbin? You can probably give it to a clockwork place and ask them what's happening. If it's not working, can you? Right. Yeah, if they say it's non-repairable, you ask them, can something be done with this? But I've also seen that so many shops are like, we can't do anything with this, please take it away. They don't want to even handle it. So, see, they will know what to do with the needles of the clock, the dial of the clock. They will know, if you dismantle it, what to do with it, right? Many shops are not ready to take it. You won't even believe this. So actually, I had a lot of bags at home, because it came from so many places. I went to a tailor who's not a branded tailor. He's a small local tailor. He kept using plastic covers to give. So I said, I will give you bags. You use those bags and give whatever you want, whatever you're stitching. Of course, he's a local tailor. The customers are not expecting him to have a branded bag and all that. I think we should also stop expecting this.
Yeah.
It's a brand. To go to a branded shop, I think you should not expect them to give like a branded bag. One of my friend's store, he has a craft store. He started this. He said, if you have old bags, come and give. I'm not going to start my own bag because I have a brand. So, these things are very important, small things. I mean, not like somebody gave me this idea. But when I first saw the tailor buying bulk plastic covers to put this and give, I said, I will provide you with bags. I feel like doing that to actually many Swiggy, Zomato, delivery hotels also. I just feel like, can I give you bags? But that's not just...
Reverse, we are doing it, right? At Reverse, we are doing it.
Exactly.
Taking this initiative, we are educating people. How can they reverse? How can they become earth budding? And we are rewarding them. The best part is they get...
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
These examples which you gave, this is how I feel one should reuse, repurpose, regenerate, recover.
Yeah.
So many things, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Preethi, tell me here one thing. What challenges have you faced as an environmental explorer? Like when you go out to a coffee house with your tumbler and you ask them to fill water, in that tumbler. Do you get a look from them?
You won't believe, I have not faced this problem much. But, once I asked my husband to take boxes, tiffin boxes and all, and go and get Onam lunch parceled. So he has gone with all the boxes, because see, the Onam lunch has so many items in it. For a pickle, they'll put it in a small plastic box. Everything becomes a different box. So many boxes, right? So I told him, take all these steel boxes from home and go. He did it. I think he took everything and went, and he has given it to them. And they said, yes, we're going to do. And little I feel like blaming them, because you're so consumed by this parcel that somebody has told you, can you please put it in this? They just didn't care. They said, oh, we've already put it in this, take this and go. No. But that could have been given to another person who's waiting for parcel, who has not come with box. But they're like, no, we can't entertain this. I felt really bad, because somebody made an effort and So that is something I felt bad because, especially because the Onam Sadhya has a lot of items.
Yeah.
Till now, actually, I have not faced much. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I somehow make my way through it and I like get
Okay.
it done.
There
Yeah.
are many things you're doing, right? You are. Uh,
Yeah.
I was going through your profile, and in the highlights, it was there like using the I remember what Tumblr, as we just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
talked
yeah,
about,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Using cotton bags,
Yeah, yeah.
using jute bags
See,
for
even
grocery
in the
shopping.
train, yeah, exactly. Even in the train, if you request, they'll give. See,
Yeah,
it's really in the way you approach.
absolutely.
So can you please, okay, give it in this. So I think, I don't know, the way you ask them, they will also start thinking, maybe they'll go and tell their
It
boss, telling,
generally
why can't we
happens. It
change?
might happen
Yeah,
at a big coffee shop or something like that. I don't know, but at
yeah,
Starbucks,
yeah, yeah.
if you can, I don't know if you would.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Correct.
You're
Okay.
right.
Correct. Okay, Preeti,
Yeah.
tell me, how do you keep up with dance and theater, um, with Living Green? What keeps you motivated to pursue this art form?
Yeah, I think, like I said in my previous answer, I think I want to be very, very conscious about when I'm creating a new idea. Am I producing more waste to create this production?
Hmm.
If I am, I need to audit how much I'm creating waste.
Right.
Because I don't think we can live today without generating waste.
Yeah.
Zero waste, very tough, but we can cut down. I think auditing helps. I have to audit, okay, this much I used for this. Okay, I had to use this much lights. How big is the venue? Okay, it's big, no problem. How much lights are we using? Are
Hmm.
these unnecessary lights? Let's not use them. Okay, whatever.
Hmm.
So things like that. Okay, I think I'm very conscious about that. If I'm
Hmm.
generating, I will audit and see
Hmm.
how much I've generated. That's it.
Correct.
Yeah,
So you
mostly.
are you and all of us, we are living in a society. We are surrounded by fast fashion, by capitalism. It isn't always easy to choose responsible products and sustainable products, But
Yeah.
as a dancer, have you been able to find such products that meet your ethical and environmental standards?
Yeah, I think yes, because most of us, some of my friends at least, we've all moved to wearing cotton costumes. And
Oh,
again, saris from our own wardrobes, really. So many of us are even draping the sari as our costumes. So,
okay.
they're not, such kind of things. Even when we do plays, if there is a costume that we need, we ask each other, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? Instead of buying is the last option.
Right. There should
We first ask around.
not be any kind of shame in asking or.
Yeah, exactly. So that these things are actually helping. Even you need a lipstick shade, we ask because you're just going to wear it once.
Yeah.
I don't want to go and buy that. So I mean, of course, not sharing exactly, but in a way that's hygienic.
Correct.
So yeah.
I got your point. Okay. Preeti, we'll play a quick quiz round here, and I'll ask you a few
Okay.
questions on natural resources, reuse, reduce, recycle. So, are you ready for this?
Okay. I'm gonna try.
Here we go. Okay, so my first question to you is, how can we save water each day? I'll give you options, okay? Stop taking showers, try to take quick showers, or stop washing our hands, or number four, drink juice instead of water.
Try to take quick showers and in bucket, not
Yeah,
in shower. I'm
true,
sure.
true, true, true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, number
Yeah.
two, which item breaks down easily into the environment? Okay, your options are number one, apple, number two, soda can, number three, water bottle, and number four, batteries.
Apple.
Apple. Okay.
Yes.
Question number three, plastic forks, spoons, and knives are disposable. Which word is opposite of disposable? Paper,
Okay.
natural. Okay, so option number one, paper, number two, natural,
Mhm.
number three, reusable, and number four, wasteful. Opposite of disposable.
Reusable.
Yes. Okay. We come to the next question, which is the fourth one. Fine, wind and solar power are sustainable. Okay.
Yeah.
Sustainable source of energy. What
Yeah.
does sustainable mean here? Number one, able to be used for a long time or able to move many places.
I think the first one to be able to be used for a long time.
For a long time. Okay. And one last
Yeah.
question. Which item is often made from plants? A t-shirt, a plastic bottle, glass of milk, or a shoe?
I think it's a glass of milk because the cow eats the grass, plants, and then gives us milk. I'm assuming like that. That's the cycle. It
But
eats
it's
plants and
also,
then produces milk.
yes, it's
Yeah.
a t-shirt because t-shirts are made out of cotton. So I mean, some of
Oh,
them
okay.
like that.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Cotton t-shirts. Okay, okay. I thought
Right.
the okay, okay.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
So I think
I
you,
looked at it like that. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So you have four correct answers out of five here. And
Okay.
have come to end of this session. One last question before we leave. If I ask you one thing, what would you like to reverse in your lifestyle? What would it be?
Reverse in my lifestyle. Okay. I think I really want to go down even more on consumption. Like as simple as an example, I'll give you. Recently, a friend of mine was coming to the US, and he asked, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't want anything," because even like getting chocolates and all, again, so much waste. The chocolate will be like, and I'm like, "Hey, you get it here. If I have that craving, okay, one day I'll buy it." Then I was like, "No, don't get anything." Of course, if somebody's asking, I will get. Okay, it's not like I'm going to say, no, I won't get you anything because we will produce waste. No, that's not the way to be. But
Right.
it's not like I'm craving and I'm saying no. I just felt, no, I can avoid that.
Right.
It's something that I can, this thing. So I think going low and a little more on consumption is something I'm trying. If I want to buy also, it should be from something that really will stay for a long time. I half the time I'm borrowing from people, which I like. Yeah, I think when you asked reverse and as a single immediate answer is, I think try to go a little more down on consumption. I think because it's tough. It's the toughest thing.
Yes.
So yeah, I hope I can. But I don't know. Like again, it's not a full reversal.
Correct.
But little I will try.
Because when you're talking about reversing and borrowing clothes, it's not easy. Let me tell you, it's not easy.
Yeah.
To even ask for
I agree.
clothes to your friends, especially girls. I mean, it's not easy. Yeah. So
but I'm lucky to have a friend circle who are like that. So see, I stopped buying silk, right? But one day I have this thing of, okay, I feel like wearing a Banarsi silk. I feel like wearing. I'm gonna go and like ask somebody who has it.
Right.
Some of my friends, luckily I have friends who won't mind, who won't be like, go buy your own thing. They won't be like that. But things like that. Or if you need it for a performance, let me say that I'm playing the role of somebody who has to wear a Banarsi sari. For sure, I will not buy. Right. I will go and ask somebody, right? So I think I want to get better and better with buying only if I need, and otherwise no.
Great. So, all right, Preethi, we have come to end of our session. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for your time. I know it was a bit of hustle today, but as it's raining in Chennai, so
yeah. Thank you so much, really, because I think a group of people who come together to work on making this world a better place, I have to be commended. I think have to be appreciated. So it's a very, very commendable effort. All the best. I would love to engage more and more with all that you all are doing and learn. I think I've signed up in my life to learn every day a little bit about conscious living. So I think all the best.
Correct.
This is the future, I feel. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I must say you are an eco warrior, and you have definitely proved that if we do pretty little things in our day-to-day life towards the environment, it counts.
Yeah, it really counts.
Yeah.
And I think you'll slowly start being influential on your peers. Slowly. I don't think we should be like a bombarding influence. I don't think anybody will want to learn. Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
Take one
step. Thank you so much, really.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
All the very best.